For those of you that follow me here each and every month when I give my Central Indiana Real Estate Market Watch update, some of you I know personally, some of you I just know kind of through this vehicle, right? But those of you that know me personally may know this about me, but some of you on here that are going to see this video will not know about this. One little fun fact about Andy Lichty here is that before I was a real estate agent, when I joined the business about 20 years ago, before that I was a teacher for 4 years at Hamilton Southeastern Junior High. And I loved my 4 years there, had so many wonderful friends and that were teachers and awesome students. And actually some of those teachers and students still remain, friends and have been clients over the years. And it's just been great. So shout out to everyone who knew me in my Hamilton Southeastern Junior High days from 2000 to 2004. You guys are awesome. But why am I telling you that right now? What the heck does that have to do with the Central Indiana Market Watch here in March of 2024? Well, I coined a definition of a junior high student back when I was a teacher that, not to toot my own horn, but I got to be honest, it was the best definition I've ever heard of a junior high student, and especially now with 7 kids myself, and I have a 7th and 8th grader as well. The chickens have come home to roost, and I'm living this out as well. But what I used to joke with my students' parents and some of my colleagues at the time was I used to say, you know what the definition of a junior high student is? It's the age where they're too old to be cute and they're too young to be smart. And those of you that have kids, especially kids that have gone through that stage or maybe in that stage right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I definitely said that, all love with it, because I love teaching that age. It was something new and something fresh every day, and it really just kept me on my toes. And that's why I love it with my kids right now too. It's fun watching my kids grow up and transition, that unique, icky transition from childhood to adulthood, right? And then to the person that you're destined to be, right? So again, what the heck does this have to do with the Central Indiana Real Estate Market video that I bring to you each and every month? Well, I would say right now, our real estate market is kind of like that stage that the junior high students in, where they're too old to be cute and too young to be smart. And now, what do I mean by that? Is I mean that we're really seeing a full gamut of things going on in the real estate market right now. And chances are, whatever you heard about what's going on in the market right now, there's probably some merit of truth to it, and there's probably some embellishment to it. And what do I mean by that? So, here at Andy Lichty Associates in the last week, we're getting ready to head for a spring break here toward the end of March. I think today's the March 22nd when I'm recording this. But I think we put 5 deals under contract here in the last week, so the market's really picked back up. But what I would tell you is the uniqueness that the market is treating every property is something that I really haven't seen in my almost 20 years of doing this. And just for instance, these deals that we've put together in the last few days, like I said, in the last week or so, one of them went $22,000 above list price and had multiple offers. Another one was a for sale by owner that we put together that we were able to get basically at the price that they were going to offer to the market for. And then we had another deal where it was an investment property that really barely was livable, had multiple offers fighting over that. But then we also had a scenario where we had a home that sold $20,000 below list price. And so we're really seeing that whole gamut, right? Just kind of like with junior high students where you see the fits and spurts of like growth and change and transition, right? That's what we're seeing in the Central Indiana real estate market right now. Things just kind of running the gamut of emotions, and having a game plan and having a consultant and an advisor that can walk you through that and can give you some perspective and experience on that is really invaluable. And I know that's something we've been trying to give our clients here that are in the midst of it right now as they're going through their housing need changes, right? So I'm also going to lead into what I always do, kind of give you the stats from the previous month, and as always, this is the stats are from the previous month. So this is the March real estate market update. So these are from February. So what's been going on in Central Indiana? Well, hey, the number of listings are growing. Last month in Central Indiana, the inventory was up 20.7% compared to a year ago. In Hamilton County, it was up 27.4%, and in Marion County, 20.9%. The number of sales is pretty close to where it was a year ago. Last February, Central Indiana sales were up 0.6%, 1.4% in Hamilton County, and 1.9% in Marion County. So we're seeing home sales grow a little bit more. And even even though we've seen a lot more inventory, so more choices for buyers, generally speaking, than certainly we had a year ago, and not that many more sales, we're still seeing prices slowly creep up. 5.3% appreciation over the last 12 months in Central Indiana. That's 4.1% in Hamilton County and 6.4% in Marion County. So again, we're seeing the market kind of go through the fits and the spurts, the iterations, and we're slowly starting to see it normalize, kind of like a middle school or a junior high student, right? That kind of slowly over time, when they come out the other side, they start to seem a little bit more normal then, right? So those of you that can relate to that. So and again, normal, there's lots of ways to define normal, but you'll also hear me in my market watch updates talk about what happened 4 years ago, right? To give you the perspective of when things were a little bit more stable, frankly, than we've seen the last 2 to 3 years. It's been kind of a wild ride, not just in real estate, but just with inflation and just lots of stuff going on. So. But Central Indiana, we have 83.4% of the homes for sale now compared to 4 years ago. So again, we're slowly creeping back up. I remember about a year ago when we were doing these market watch updates, that was like at 55 or 60%. So we're slowly seeing more choice come back into the market. Not where it was 4 years ago, but we're eking up there. Hamilton County, who has had the tightest number of supply by far, is up to 57% of homes for sale compared to 4 years ago. Again, a year ago, it was about 30%. So we're seeing that slowly come up over time. In Marion County, you're almost where you were at 2020 levels in terms of number of homes for sale, 93.3% of homes for sale. Now, where we do see a little bit of a discrepancy is in the number of home sales going on. So the inventory has risen. The home sales, though, still are a little bit further off from where they were 4 years ago. In Central Indiana, 21.2% fewer homes compared to 4 years ago. Hamilton County, 36.9% fewer home sales than 4 years ago, and Marion County at 19%. So again, we're seeing inventory rise. The sales aren't rising at quite the same pace. So that's slowing the market down, but we're still seeing prices stay pretty constant. Now, again, they're not going up at 44% like they have the last 4 years, but we're seeing appreciation levels start to normalize out. Like I said earlier, 5.3% in the last year. Or if you go 4 years ago, the home prices compared to 4 years ago, it's up almost 45%. So we're instead of seeing that surge that we've seen, we're seeing it go back to where it's leveling off and going up just a little bit over time, which that's definitely what we want to see here. And we're also noticing that here too in the sales to list price ratios. And what do I mean by that? Well, both in Hamilton County and in Marion County, over the last 90 days, the average sales to list price ratio is 98.2%. So if you're someone that's looking to make a move, that's probably around what you could expect to get generally. Now, like I said, because we're seeing changes, the market going through puberty almost, so to speak, right? Using my middle schooler analogy, we're seeing some that, like I said, I had a home last week that went $20,000 above list, and I sold another one that went $20,000 below list. So again, there's obviously both sides of the curve, but generally speaking, about 98.2%, 98% or so, you could expect to see that. And on average, you're probably going to be on the market about a little over 40 days. Hamilton County was 41 days. Marion County was 42 days. So it's important to have this perspective. As a buyer, you're going to have a little bit more choice. But again, if there's a niche there that you really like, you may have to step up and you may see some of the weird things from a couple of years ago. Sellers, though, if you get too greedy in your price, you're going to sit and wait. So being able to work with a trained team and a trained professional that can help you navigate through these transitions, right? Because these transitionary times are the most challenging, because we see fragments, just like with junior high kids, we see fragments of them being almost adults, and we see episodes where they're almost like 9-year-olds, right, 8-year-olds. So we're just seeing kind of the whole gamut right now, and working with a trained professional that can help you navigate that is really vital in today's market. So whether you're looking to buy or sell. So I hope you found this information helpful. Hope you found that analogy helpful and maybe a little bit humorous for you. And as always, if you know somebody that's looking to make a move here in Central Indiana, or even in other parts of the country, we're connected to several awesome networks across the country that we can connect them with a high caliber agent that can really serve them and meet them where they're at. We would love to serve them. And as always, we are never too busy for your referrals. Thanks so much.